I'd like to play a 1-minute soundbite here because we're talking about Christian unity. And Tony Palmer died some months ago now, I believe, in a motorcycle accident. He's an Anglican who was appointed by Pope Francis to bring unity between Protestants and Catholics. And this is very troubling. Tony Palmer, 1-minute soundbite explaining how this all happened. And he concludes the soundbite by saying, in 1999, the protests of Martin Luther, it was all over. This is a post-Protestant world now. Let's just play that clip.
Pope Francis and I made covenant to work together for the visible unity of Christians. He asked me and consecrated me to be a bridge for the promotion of Christian unity. We emphasize the word visible in visible unity because it's already a theological fact that we are one in Christ. No denominational doctrine, nor any church expression can destroy this theological fact, that we are one in Christ. Our sin, common to all, is that we do not allow our unity in Christ to be visible to those around us. In this video, we have a short message from both myself and from Pope Francis. I introduce the fact that since 1999, the protest of Luther is over, and therefore we are now living in a post-Protestant era.
One of you said it just moments ago. We're not making these statements and playing these sound bites to be anti-Catholic. This is a warning to Catholics as well as Protestants.
World Council of Churches has been holding some of their meetings in Rome now for a number of years, and they have really come around the Vatican, and there's been a coming together of the major Protestant denominations with the Vatican on many, if not almost all of these issues. And there was a recently released Vatican document. It's called Climate Change and the Common Good. It was produced by the Pontifical Academy of Sciences and the Pontifical Academy of Social Sciences, and the Pope is completely in favor of this. I just want to share a few brief excerpts from this document. It gives you insight into where the Pope stands. This is a direct quote. Climate change is a global problem whose solution will depend on our stepping beyond national affiliations and coming together for the common good. Religious institutions can and should take the lead in bringing about that change in attitude towards creation. The Catholic Church, working with the leadership of other religions, can now take a decisive role by mobilizing public opinion and public funds to meet the energy needs of the poorest 3 billion people, thus allowing them to prepare for the challenges of unavoidable climate and ecosystem changes. Such a bold and humanitarian action by the world's religions acting in unison is certain to catalyze a public debate over how we can integrate social choices as prioritized under the UN Sustainable Development Goals into sustainable economic development pathways for the 21st century with projected population of 10 billion or more. So again, this is a focal point for unity, to bring the world's religions together in the name of the environment and sustainable development, and the Protestant denominations are largely on board. So there's not much left to happen except the signing of some type of international treaty that makes all of this gel, and a few crises along the way would help that to take place.
Well, when I get back, and we still have a couple of items we would need to talk about, and I'm not going to get into the details of what's happening this fall, but there is an interesting convergence of things this fall, and I think we should at least comment on it, gentlemen, and then we'll move on. And also, if time allows, and we have a very short segment coming up, but I want to address, and Gary Kah, you talk about this, you talk about it in your newsletter, you talk about it in other places, you and I have talked on the phone about this, and that is this increasing lawlessness that is now out of control. Of course, the Bible speaks about an end-time lawlessness and just a lawless scenario that is present and going to be even worse in the future. Going to be even